happy Sunday. It is so good to see you all again, and welcome back to Contessa Catalina's wine mixer. Today is Palm Sunday here in the Vatican, so I have plenty of leftover sacramental wine to share with you today, and actually a little sacramental rosé for today, because it happens. Listen, there's no party like a Vatican party, okay? And speaking of, I'm going to mention this later, but we do not have an episode next week. That is right, next week, next Sunday is Easter Sunday, and that's sort of a no-no day for filming here in the Vatican. And of course, my cousin Cesare would hear, he would not have it, even though he himself goes on 3-day benders and then shows up, and we're like, Cesare, we thought you were dead. But anyways, I would like to welcome you here today because we have an amazing duo with us today. I am so excited. Tommy is here. Hello, Tommy. And I am so excited. I'm just going to bring them in. No, nothing. We were already having too much fun backstage. I need to bring them in now. Please welcome Lady Evangeline from Chase Treasure and, of course, Paolo Garbanzo. Hello, guys.
Ciao.
Oh, bonjour.
Hello.
How are you?
Paolo is here and Eileen is here. So I would love to know how you are doing on such well, I would say lovely because it's springtime, a lovely Sunday.
Oh, well, I just woke up like this. Just woke up, got my wine. Now I'm here.
Fantastico.
I am so glad. Oh my goodness, everyone is here. Stephanie's here, Matt is here, and Doug is here. Hello. Doug, just so you know, we had that little thing about the ship. Just don't worry about it. And Stephanie is giving us all sorts of love. I want to share a little bit here. She's giving us all sorts of love.
Hello, lady.
So before we get started, I have my wine. You all have your wines. I would like to ask if anyone has any good toasts that we may all toast together before we get started. Oh my goodness, you're double fisting.
It's called dual wielding, I believe. I don't have one as of yet, so one of you wants to go.
My water glass.
I have to say that every time somebody's offering a toast, I'm always already drinking. So I never really think of I'm like, oh. That's my toast.
Like the Bilbo Baggins toast of like, some of you I love and some of you I wish I didn't know.
Here is to Brownfoot's brown feet. May we all live to be 111 years old.
Oh, wait.
Cent'anni.
Is this not the 111th year in general? I feel like since like January, like it's been 111.
Yes, it has been a very long year so far, and it is not even Easter Sunday yet. So, and everyone is cheersing. Hello, everyone in the comments. Thank you for cheersing. So I have some excellent questions today. Everyone over on Patreon really wanted to ask you some great things. So I'm going to just start out very quickly and let you know that apparently every episode of the Wine Mixer should feature your puppies and your cats. So
I mean, I can go grab him. He's right across the street.
if at any point you'd like to, he is welcome in.
He's sleeping, but I'm going to grab him. You keep talking.
All right. In the meantime,
I have cats, but I also have chickens, but no rooster.
And you did not bring the chickens?
No, they're in their little house.
Next time. Oh, there's the baby.
I can see them from here. Is that okay? Like if you look into my eyes, you can see that I am looking at the chickens. You use the reflection. There you go. You can just, yes, there you go. See the tiny little chickens.
Look at all those chickens.
All 6 of them.
Gideon. So say hello to Gideon. And he does not want to be here. But I don't
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You let me. No, he does not. He looks away from me. He does not want my love.
Well, speaking of creatures, while you are trying to wrangle yours, I have a great question for you folks. If you were a mythical creature, which mythical creature would you be?
Oh,
what speaks for you?
Well, that depends on what end goal I want.
What's my motivation? Really, what's my motivation? Because, I mean, who don't want to be a dragon, right?
Sure.
Ooh.
Who don't want to be a dragon, of course. I mean, but who doesn't want to be a centaur? I don't know. I mean,
But like, who doesn't want to be a mermaid? Like,
right?
I want to do. Like, I get great hair, a good seashell bra. I don't know.
Are you a seashell for your seashells?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And you know the answer to that.
I mean, there's only a few mythical creatures that are like right out. Like,
like what?
Well, see, like, okay, like, why be a hydra if you could be a dragon? Like Hydra's kind of just a multi-headed low-rent dragon. I mean, no offense to our hydratic friends, but just saying, no flight. They got, they're just.
But you wouldn't want to be like a minotaur. Like, where's the fun in that?
Well, there's cool minotaur things happening. Actually, stop by Nat 21 Adventures. We've been having cool minotaur adventures almost since the beginning. But yeah, minotaur. Look, they're smart. They know mazes. What are you gonna do?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A minotaur sorceress, Paolo.
That's true.
That's amazing.
Yes.
What a combo.
Thecla, not only is she a minotaur, but she's also a mummy lady, as opposed to the mummy lord. There's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons knowledge that, see, there's a mummy. In the monster manual, there's a mummy lord, but there's no mummy lady. So I had to make one up.
If I wrap myself in toilet paper, can I be a mummy lady?
No, you just have to have a kid.
There you go.
Does that count?
Wait, why am I saying brumch when I can go?
There's a question that on Evangeline are already sirens. Yes, and you have seen me swim, so just watch out.
I mean, a phoenix is never a bad idea. Like, I love phoenix.
Oh, a phoenix is not a bad idea.
If I, die, I can just kind of like burn back.
I have a suggestion for a wyvern. Wyvern? I don't know what this is.
Wyvern?
See, that's also a low-rate dragon. Usually no fire breath, but they can fly like a dragon. So,
Eleanor says, pretty sure male minotaurs are second only to centaurs in the contest with the roosters.
With the caroosters.
Right? Who doesn't want to be a centaur then? That's insane.
I mean, I don't think I would. I don't think it would serve me any purpose.
I mean, maybe a nymph would be kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, just running through the field. Oh, don't chase me.
I don't know that I could be a dragon or a phoenix or anything because I'm afraid of heights. So I don't really want to fly.
I think you're solidly in like siren category.
Oh.
I think you're a mermaid siren category. I'm just so fascinated by the minotaur sorceress thing going on still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
I mean, I have videos. No, who hasn't seen them?
I mean, does a cryptid count? Because I would want to be Mothman.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's legends, there's myths.
If I can be Godzilla, I'll do it.
Sure.
Legendary creature. I would call that a legendary creature. That's sure. Come on,
All right.
Sphinx, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so like, are we saying like myth? Are we saying like, because like Dungeons and Dragons? Again, I'm just gonna kick back to the Dungeons and Dragons.
Sure.
Owlbear, like, I don't know, but it's like one of those creatures that like like a manticore, which is like just a mishmash of creatures that someone was like, I don't know, he's like half goat and half chicken and half lion and half fire, and you're like, that's 150%, and you're like,
okay,
but 150% kick ass. So I mean,
we've left out entirely. I might say I want to be a unicorn. We left out that entirely.
Yeah, I mean, that was gonna be my first answer, but
I can see unicorn.
I would like to have a unicorn. I don't know that I'd want to be one because so many people go after them for their horns and things like that. Like, I don't want to be the last unicorn. That's not what I want to be.
That movie was creepy as stuff.
You can say this is a PG-13 show. Go ahead and say what you were.
That movie's creepy as shit. All right, that's just I'm like, this is not for kids. This is like
No, it is not.
this is like next level like anime that should have really not been for like, hey, let's go see a movie about unicorns. It'll be great. Then like,
No.
why am I a damaged person now? Well, probably because of that. I'm just
This
saying.
is a hot take. I have been scared to peel potatoes ever since I watched that movie as a child. If you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, wait. All right. It happened. Eleanor,
Pegasus. Wait.
I see it's not a Pegasus. There's a point of order. A point of order, people.
Are you a judge?
Pegasus is the name of the flying horse.
Wait.
It is Mr./Ms/X Pegasus. I don't know what
Pegasi?
it is. It is not a race. It is a flying horse named Pegasus.
I love it.
I didn't want to have to throw it out there, but
No, that's all right.
I mean, also, like, I'm not against being a fairy.
yeah, be fair.
Like, I get magic and I get to be like,
Point of order.
I mean, you're already pretty. I mean, you and I.
you are shorter than me.
I am, all right, but you're in my category, so I can still say.
We fit in pockets.
That's
Because
true.
we can pass around.
I do want to point out though, Eleanor, you can absolutely be Pegasus.
Oh, please.
Just saying, but it's Pegasus. Just
There's also a question, can a centaur reach its own hooves for hoof care? And a question from before that, do centaurs get enough to eat? Because a horse just eats a lot of just grasses and hay and things.
and it having 6 arms and legs, is it technically an insect?
In my book, yes. I will never look at it another way.
I am 100% sure the show's going to run over an hour and I don't care right now because I'm enjoying this way too much. All right, I'm sorry. Was the question just, is a centaur technically an insect?
It has 6 legs.
It has 6 legs.
I'm going with that.
Lay eggs.
It does not have an exoskeleton though.
No.
See, this is the kind of semantics I get caught up in. Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, my other question about centaurs is like, do they eat a horse diet or do they eat people food or do they do both?
I see this answer thrown into the comments. Donald says the centaur probably eats a human vegan diet.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think that's not, oh, well, maybe. Do they eat beans? Like, can you feed a horse, like, legumes? I don't think so.
I wish I could show you all my cat right now, but I can't move this camera, but he's in the weirdest position ever. Sorry.
Centaurs are mammals, so not an insect. But they're the only 6-legged mammal out there, I guess. But hey, weirder things have happened. Platypuses.
That's true. That's true. Then how are platypuses real, but like unicorns are not? Because a unicorn is just like a rhinoceros horse. But a platypus is like this abomination of God. Like
I'm convinced.
It's just literally leftover parts. It's really what I was gonna make a duck, but then I got lazy, and then I was gonna make a beaver, and then I was like, nah, and then I don't know.
I had this weird venomous thing, so I just put that on it.
And then it glows in a black light. Did you know that?
Yeah, and it lays eggs.
One of the other animals that glows in a black light.
It's amazing.
Yeah, because they're waving.
Every time I love platypi more.
If you put a fedora on its head, then it's Perry the platypus.
Perry the platypus.
Of course.
I had to. And apparently I now have points of order. They're rhinoceri.
Oh.
Not rhinoceroses.
But here's the thing. Because of things like, a unicorn is basically a rhinoceros, and a horse. I have to believe that they did exist and we just lost them.
Think about it, like a very large goat with only one horn.
Exactly.
I mean, you would have maybe it had 2 horns and it broke off, and then it was just. I mean, if you have a deer that has antlers that are crazy gigantic, why can't you just have like an ibex? Let's go with ibex. All right, they're like the straight.
Yeah,
they're like or gazelle even. Sure, like
I can go with ibex. That makes sense.
Yeah, there's some crazy goats out there. The Sicilian goat from Agrigento has these like like
yeah,
crazy
they
ones.
spiral up like
And if one spiraled off and then got twisted and then became one horn from a distance, and they are big, they're like big goats.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
like from a distance, you'd be like, "Is that a horse? Is that horse? Wow!" You know,
Considering large unicorns.
horses were smaller back then, so probably closer in size. I'm just gonna say.
Wait, I'm sorry about this fun fact. There's a theory that the questing beast from Arthurian legend was actually a giraffe. I love that.
I believe it.
I can see that.
That's another creature that you look at in person and you're like,
Absolutely. Are you gonna sit around like? Okay, I always just wonder about like maybe like because eventually the Romans brought them to the arenas to like, hey, everybody, look good. This is called a giraffe, and this is how you kill it. You know, but I always,
We're
like,
very peaceful people, aren't we?
I always just think about like what's the first person like a group of Roman soldiers or even just your average hunting party that's out there and they find one and have no knowledge or they've just been told about it from the locals and they're like, that thing is the tallest animal I've ever seen. Do you stick around to see if it breathes fire or do you just run?
or do you just go?
Run. Because
Because
yeah.
like, I don't even know what they are a mix of. They're just tall. They're just a tree. That's
I think they're related to horse in some way,
They're
but
definitely related to ants.
yeah. Part tree, part horse, tree horse. Well, aren't they called tree horses?
If I could own a giraffe, I'd name it Treebeard or something like that.
I could just call him Tree Face. I like Tree Face.
Eating the trees with his face. Weirdo.
I think we've killed this question. Should we move on?
I'm having way too much. I just wanted to see how far we could get.
It can keep going is the problem.
There's
I mean,
so
you
many other
really
questions.
probably should. I'm going to take a complete left turn from this, and I'm going to just ask. This question came in exactly this way. Sweet or savory?
In what context? In food? In
I'm
body
gonna- I'm gonna say savory. Yeah, there you go.
I have a sweet tooth, but my problem is I have a sweet tooth and I have a savory tooth. So like if I eat something sweet, I have to have something savory after. If I eat something savory, I have to have something sweet right after. Like I cannot do both in a row.
Right.
I like to mix it up. Hence white wine and then red wine.
I didn't realize you had already moved over.
I see.
We're only 18 minutes in and you are on Cutnam. I love it. Keep going.
I have a bottle over across the way and I'm ready to grab it.
Wow, it's dual wielding for me. I love it. I'm just upset that the question did not say spicy as a solution.
That is true, but I can put that with savory. There is no sweet spicy, is there?
Not really. I mean, there's like, you can put chilies in like dark chocolate, which is amazing. But no, I guess I'm going to have to say savory in this because I would pick spicy. So
I'm going to buy one of those shirts, those Stay Spicy shirts.
listen, I am so excited. That's coming up. Actually, you know what? Let's do it now before we go even further into this. I'm going to do the commercial break now since you segued me into it. I'm going to take you guys out for like a second.
Go away.
No, it's fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a minute, real quickly. Someone turned me on to chili spiced pineapple, which is yes. So I'm going to do a very quick commercial break. I will take you out for just one moment, everyone. And speaking of, yes, there is a shirt. It says "Stay Spicy" and it is available in my new merch store, which is a real thing now. It's taken long enough. So if you would like to purchase your own Stay Spicy t-shirts or any of the other products, I think I have a photo of some of them right here. You can go to the website listed right there at the bottom of your screen. Or if you just head over to my Facebook or Instagram, it is linked there so you don't have to type all of that in. So that's very, very exciting. I'm so glad this is finally up. Also, another thing I would like to let you know about is that I have joined forces with Gaming Gardens Arboretum. and I am providing some D&D games. So if you're interested in using me as your DM for hire, definitely go over to facebook.com/gaminggardensarboretum and come play D&D with me. That will be very fun. I have a game going right now that is we are having fun, is what I'm going to say. So I'm very, very excited about that as well. If you don't know, Chased Treasures After Hours concert is coming up as well at the New Jersey Renaissance Festival. That is Saturday, June 5th. Tickets are limited. They're going fast. I have it as of this morning. They were not all sold, but they are going quickly. So please go to the New Jersey Renaissance Fair box office online and purchase them now so you do not miss out. Another thing that I would like to tell you is that Cucina Catalina is back. I have another episode coming out soon with new recipes. So if you are not aware that they're already there, they're on my YouTube page. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, just go ahead and click the subscribe or bell icon, whatever, just to make sure you do not miss a new episode when it comes out. And I believe that is it for my announcements for today. Oh, just a reminder, no wine mixer next week. Happy Easter, everyone. we're not gonna get in trouble here. All right, so bringing everyone back in. I just had to do that very quickly. There we go. And put this down, and there we go. So yes, thank you for that segue. Here we are. All right. So
I just realized that I've had nothing to eat today, but I've had 2 glasses of wine. So today's gonna be fun.
Perfect.
I'm just going to encourage more. You know this, right?
You wake up at noon. Whoops.
Oh, very quickly, I'm so sorry. I'm going to jump back to this. So, Stephanie, the Stay Spicy sticker right now is only available as a Patreon exclusive. So you have to go to, I think I have it in here. I do have it. Patreon.com/Cristina Coya. That is where you can figure out how to get your Stay Spicy sticker. It may become public later, but right now it is only available on Patreon. All right.
Lady Catalina,
next.
do you know why I cannot buy a sticker?
What was that?
Do you know why I cannot buy a sticker?
Yes, because I've already bought you 100 stickers.
Buy a sticker.
Oh, my goodness.
Anxiety. I don't know where to put them. I get very upset. Lady Catalina sent me like 100 cat stickers to torture me for Christmas. Because she knew I wouldn't know where to put them without getting horribly.
Put them everywhere.
No,
that's what I said.
Them.
Oh,
the only thing is you have to like shingle them so that each layer is another layer on top of the next layer, so that in case it gets wet, the water will run down and not behind the sticker. Because if that happens, it's all over.
Bookmarks, like keeping them on a piece of paper so that I don't lose it, but then it gets ripped and awful. It's terrible. I hate it.
It's a protective layer of your life. Like, so it's just, everything, your furniture, your cars, whatever you got.
You should be proud. I have one on the camera I'm using right now.
I am proud. And now you have to do the layer thing. You have to get more stickers.
Right?
There you go.
On top, stickers on top of stickers. It's stickers all the way down.
You Italians are so chaotic.
Welcome to history. Speaking of, I do have a question. I have a great answer for this. I loved when this question came in. It's, what is your favorite Renaissance history fact? I do not know who wants to go first. But speaking of Italians being insane, I have great ones.
I want to hear.
I have one of my favorite random crazy facts is that in Florence, there was a group of mercenaries outside of the city. They wanted to get in the city. They blah, blah, blah. They chatted with the people inside. When I say chatted, they were like, we're coming in and we're going to kill you. And they're like, no, not really. And so there was a lot of back and forth. And then the mercenaries were like, hey, you stole my bucket. It's on. And so apparently it's the Battle of the Bucket. It does exist. It's a real thing. You can look it up. I don't remember all the details. I don't remember exactly who won, but they were like, you stole my bucket. And then they were like, no, we didn't. And then we're like, yes, you did. And then they were like, can you describe the bucket? And they're like, we're just going to come in and stab everybody until we find the bucket. And then I'm pretty sure this is my thought, and maybe not in the historical record, but I'm pretty sure that they stabbed a bunch of people and then went, oh, my bucket was here the whole time. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. So
That's the greatest thing ever.
I was right here. Oh my gosh. Hey, Eddie, you have the bucket. It's on the back of the cart.
My stupid blind.
Oh, let me just stab a couple more people. Oh.
Wait a minute. Is that the actual feud that they're referencing in Romeo and Juliet? Was that how it started? Over a
don't know.
bucket?
But
you
somebody
actually have a
stole
bucket.
this chicken.
Chicken! Look at the baby!
No, look the other way. Don't look at me. Look at me.
This is maybe the best day of my life.
I'm so excited!
Oh my god, look at this little face.
Oh yeah, and chickens are gyroscopic. So if they have their head focused on something and then you like shake them around, their head stays in the exact same spot. There you go. There you go. Boop boop.
No! You magnificent little creature!
I love the little beeps it's making. That's amazing.
Did you know ducks make that noise too when they're babies?
Aww.
All right.
I love that baby. Just let
Oh my gosh, yes. Eileen says the Paolo is surrounded by
surrounded by chicks. Yep. What can I say? I'm just cool like that.
I now want there to be a Romeo and Juliet production though, where there's just a bucket in the middle of the stage, and everyone's wondering why. And at the very end, you'll have like somebody like Mercutio before he dies will just be like, "Oh, that's where it was."
No, bucket.
on both your buckets.
Bucket, center stage, spotlight, prologue.
Delivered by the buckets.
By the bucket. And you just watch the bucket in the spotlight the whole time. Two houses. Both in noble standard.
Dignity.
Oh no.
It would be like Lobster Hamlet.
But that was in Florence, I believe. Florence. Firenze.
All right, so we have someone doing all of the hard work behind the scenes. There was
Goodness. Good for you.
300-year-long struggle between
The
Guelphs
ghosts, yes.
and Ghibellines.
Ghibellines.
Yeah.
And Marco says chickens are gyroscopic is the most important bit of information I've learned so far this winter.
The more you know.
Oh my goodness. So the Battle of the Buckets. I want to write a song now. I am tapping both of your creativity. We are going to write a Battle of the Buckets. And it's going to be like a very serious sounding song, but it's going to be about.
Can I be your guy?
All right, I have my keyboard right here. Don't do this.
I can go grab my ukulele.
Oh, forget it. Let's do it.
Oh.
You know, of course, these songs never work on the StreamYard.
I know. I know.
And drum solo.
I love that though. Like, no joke. I will put words to that. We will do this together. It'll be great. What rhymes with buckets? Oh wait, no. Don't answer the question.
Once was a man from Nantucket.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh my goodness, we can call it carrying a tune in a bucket. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the buckets.
I have a kalimba.
I have this gong. Ooh.
It's
I like
very
that.
easy. I need to learn actually how to play it.
Oh, I like that.
For a band.
Pluck it. I like that.
Pluck it like a guitar. Thanks you, Donald.
Oh my goodness.
I'm plucking G string. What?
It's in the key of G. G? No, G string. Ah, gotcha.
On it. I found the G. spot.
On your kalimba.
On my kalimba.
Right. You're looking down and just making sure it's not that kind of show.
It's right. Hold on. It's right. There.
Huh. There it is. I've never seen that before.
Anyone wonder.
Can you find the D?
I can always find the D.
Right.
It is right there. Sounds like a doorbell.
As in ding dong?
Wait. Isn't that another term? The D?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, back to Renaissance facts.
I'm going to retire this question after this episode.
So, you Italians have the most interesting Renaissance facts. So many come from Italy. It's amazing. But I learned that women were not allowed to stand in front of windows. Do you know why?
Where?
In Florence.
Oh.
Do you know
Why?
why? Because it would turn men away from God while they walked by.
That's true. There's a lot of hot girls
They
in
feel
Florence.
interesting.
Nah.
They also
Yeah.
couldn't play woodwind instruments because the face was unattractive.
Oh, I thought it was for another reason.
Unattractive.
You know, I have to think. This is that whole fallacy where, like, a burlesque performer has to wear pasties on the nipple because somehow that makes it okay, but the rest of the breast is fine. So everybody, you know, it's like, oh, well, as long as we can't see the nipple. Woo, I was this close, like, woo, but then
Oh goodness.
fortunately nipple covered.
We're
Those
fine.
that sort of thing, and I have to say this is way off every subject, but that sort of thing really, it makes me think like some preacher or something was like in the city council and he was like, you can't have naked women running around, and everyone else was like, is there some sort of compromise we can come? It's like, you gotta cover that up. And they're like,
What if we covered just the nipple?
what how about like, but just like, and then like some sort of weird compromise, like that's the compromise. So yeah, but on brand, yes.
Yeah, no,
That's the god. You're like, whoa, well, you know, good thing that those nipples are covered. Well done.
Thank goodness.
Like,
I'm saved again.
Saved again by the pasties.
it's not the shape or the size of the breasts at all.
Never.
So don't worry about that.
Size
It's
doesn't matter.
just the nipples.
Says the
That's
Speaking of nipples, I have a
I like where this is
Renaissance
going.
fact. Speaking of naked women running around and holy men going, this is fine.
you have. Oh, you have. That's right.
My family has some interesting pastimes. I don't know if you know about it. My family likes to have fun here in the Vatican. And we have these things that are special parties that we like to have. And one of those parties is the golden party. Not a golden shower party, it's different. A golden party.
But that means our party is what you're telling me.
No.
Yeah.
But we also have things called an acorn party. So we like to invite lots of beautiful ladies into the Vatican. And then we place little acorns on the floor. Like,
I know this.
Yeah, you've been to one of these parties, I know.
I have never been to any of these parties.
Oh, but you're invited next time. It's Lent right now. We haven't had any. But after Lent, we'll pick it up again.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Right. No meat, no nipples. Those are the things that...
Okay, so what happens to the acorns? I'm dying to know.
So the ladies must strip down and they must collect the acorns without using their hands. However they choose.
I don't get it.
And the lady who collects the most acorns wins. That is the game.
Some use this hole, some use.
Your knees are a good option. You can always
Knees
get
are
them with your
great.
knees. You can get them with your elbows.
There are other things you can clench very tightly.
Right, and other places. But yes, it is collecting the most acorns, and you are the winner. So that is,
You
and
expected more.
if you would like to learn more about these parties, no joke, this is completely serious. And there is a documentary done by CNN, and it was on the Pope from the inception of the papacy all the way to modern day. And they touched on the Medicis and the Borgias and that era in the Renaissance of the Pope. And someone who looks a lot like me is in that documentary, playing someone who looks and sounds a lot like me, attending one of the parties. I'm not joking. This is a real thing. So if you want to see that, yes. Ironically, yes, that happens. Because I sent in my headshot and they went, "You look like a Renaissance era Italian noblewoman." I'm like, "No, really?
What?
Did you not know about this? This is
No, I knew.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I'm also in my head chanting Borgia party, Borgia party.
You remember the Borgia party? I know.
Borgia party. Borgia party. Now I want to go.
Oh, it's no. Like I said, as soon as Easter we'll be there. My cousin Cesare would never miss a party, so he's
Also, though, speaking of your cousin, I guess, kind of. This is not the segue. I'm very bad at them. In the Renaissance in Florence, Italy, how many churches there were in just Florence alone?
a lot.
60. It was like Starbucks. They were on every corner.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Every street corner.
There's one
like,
every 300 feet.
they're like 7-Elevens.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Huh.
Yeah.
In France, we just go, "What's a church?"
We got the one.
Right.
We already built a church.
We put like gargoyles on it. That's holy. It's fine.
Wait. I have one more fact. One more Renaissance fact that I thought was incredible. Okay, so you know all the beautiful Renaissance portraits you've seen, and even like right now. So both Lady Catalina and I have our ears covered by our hair, right? Do you know why in portraits ladies had their ears covered? Because they believed that the Virgin Mary got pregnant through her ear.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's why Renaissance hairstyles are all covering the ear.
The old
All
ear
right, I'm wearing earmuffs for the rest of my life.
You don't want to get pregnant by a god?
I mean, unless it's
That's
Zeus. I don't know, but I'm not going to go hunt down any swans anytime soon.
Zeus, I was going to say, Zeus would get you pregnant as a swan or a light beam. You never know.
Yeah, right.
Look,
Oh my god.
Oh, dude. We're not even going there.
Could you imagine the tangent if we're like, so, Greek history, let's talk about or Roman history. I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, actually. Did you want to talk about Greek history? Because
Look, we could go on and on. I would go with you.
All right,
this
Gina,
show
now
to
I
be
have to ask.
5 hours.
What is your favorite little tidbits of Greek history? I would love to know. I'm going completely backwards.
History or Greek mythology?
Mythology, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Mythological.
I was gonna say history,
Oh,
but
sure, whatever.
okay. So, as we all know, Sicily was taken over by Greeks for hundreds and hundreds of years. There's a ton of really fun facts, but I really love the fact Archimedes, one of my favorite Greeks, lived in Syracusa, in Sicily. Born, raised, died there. The Romans wanted his brain because he was really smart and he had like all sorts of war machine building types and stuff. And so they invaded Syracuse, and then they tried to take him. Apparently, nobody had a picture of him and didn't really know what he looked like. They just knew he was an old guy. And so when Tony the centurion came up on him and was like, "Hey, I'm looking for Archimedes," and of course he's speaking Latin and Archimedes is speaking Greek, and it says, and he's like, "F off, Roman piece of shit." And then the centurion was like, "Well, F you, pal," and then stab. And then a little while later, they were like, "Hey, Tony, did you find Archimedes?" And he was like, Nah, I found some old dude who was giving me some guff, so I stabbed him. We're like,
That's probably him.
Tony, Archimedes is an old dude, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, so what was he doing when you interrupted him? I don't know. He's like working on some math problems. Tony, we brought 1,000 Romans here and just invaded the city to get Archimedes. Okay. Tony, you're not following me here, Tony. Tony's in a lot of trouble. Tony in a lot of trouble.
All I could think of, Catalina, was I'm not gonna kill an old man. That's often wrong.
I was going to say, why didn't they start looking for him in bathtubs? Wasn't he the?
Yeah, he was the bathtub guy. Yeah, no, he'd already gotten out of the bathtub by then, I think.
Oh, all right, they're incredible. Yeah. I've seen them in person, and they're wonderful. I want to go in one so badly.
The bathtub?
The Roman bath.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, great.
I love a huge bathtub that's basically a swimming pool.
Yeah, they're really nice. It was keeping the water warm, but you know.
We'll get there.
The course of history forever changed by Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
Oh no! Oh, that's so funny.
Just back it up, like, Tony, you're a centurion. I am a centurion. Okay, good. You've got that part. Now let's move on. We're on the hunt for an old guy. We're hunting
old men.
Okay, right. A very important person. Now we want his brain because he's really smart. So just remove the brain. Okay, so we really want the whole guy. Okay.
Damn it, Tony.
You lost me. Stab the guy. No, that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, entire war effort wasted.
In Tony's defense,
that guy was a jerk.
That guy was a jerk. But also, like, if you were told we're just going after this guy, your mind would be like violence.
Yeah, like, are we going after him? Are we going?
Did he take our bucket? What's going on?
Like, I don't run, so I'm not going after a guy. So I'm going after a guy.
Leave the spear, take the cannolis. That was the. Oh, right.
Oh no!
Why? I just rolled all of that into a Godfather quote. That was great. There you go. Moving on.
He walks into the centurion. He says, "Look how you massacred my boy." I'm sorry.
It's nice, but it's like people soup. Yeah.
Nice.
I have always felt that way. I always liked the idea of a shower more than a bathtub because I thought I was stewing in my own filth.
That's not like those Brits. We can say that today because there's no British people on my show today.
Brits.
There usually is.
A bath is a soup. Prove me wrong.
The Romans brought the British baths. And what did they do with it?
That's true.
They just left it in the dirt. They didn't find bath. The Roman bath in Bath, England, they didn't find it again until the 1800s.
Oh.
Yeah. It was buried in mud.
Huh. Weird.
Why? Because British people apparently don't really like baths. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with baths.
No, you're doing your own filth. You're creating a people's soup. As I pour myself more wine.
I encourage this.
I'm going to advertise this wine, though, because I really like it. So it's called Witch's Brew.
Ooh.
And it's like fall in the cup. Like autumn. Like apple spiced. It is red wine with spices and apple flavoring. And it is like drinking autumn in a glass. And so I love it.
You have reminds me, we're talking, and that does sound really good. This is where my brain went. You were saying it tastes like autumn in a glass, and I'm sitting here trying to go, what Roman myth or Greek myth history do I know? Little fun facts. So you helped me stumble upon this one. So I know that in whichever version you know, whether it is Pluto and Proserpina or Hades and Persephone, we know about the underworld and Cerberus and the three-headed dog. So I learned recently. I'm sorry?
I know what you're about to say.
Oh, you know? All right. So Cerberus apparently translates. I'm so glad you know this one. Translates to Spotted Dog. So this three-headed cryptid monster that guards the underworld. Hades looked at it and went, Spot.
His name is Spot.
His name is
Name
Spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Evangeline is now on to class 3. Yes, I am coming.
All right. Well, I would like to ask this question because we are on such good tangents. I hate to break these up, but I have another one that came in last minute. And I love this one. What is the most memorable thing, weird, funny, good, scary, whatever, to happen to you during a live performance?
This can go on for a long time because I'm accident prone. I will first start, before I talk about my favorite moment, I will talk about the funniest moment, which was I was in a show of Cinderella. And we were doing the masquerade ball, but we had practiced without masks. And last minute we said, let's add masks. It'll be fun. No, they take away your peripheral vision. And I was supposed to be caught by a partner, and I slipped through his arms because he didn't know where I was. And I landed leg first in a tuba. I dangled from a tuba. Everything stopped. Everyone, like that moment, everyone crowded around. And all I could think of was, I have to keep this going. So I just went, did the prince see me? And the prince said, yep.
Wow, wait to yes and, Prince. Way to yes and. Come on. Help me out. Was his name Tony?
At least her foot didn't go in a bucket. Then it would have been war.
Then it was war. Then it was on.
Feet that fits in slippers. What about the foot that fits in a tuba? Absolutely hilarious.
Totally different kind of princess story. All right, it's totally different.
Okay, but imagine, wouldn't you love to see that princess story? Like, be honest.
It would be a lady minotaur. That's his foot fits in a bucket. Just hoof it right in there. Boom.
But I believe Catalina was there for my favorite moment. You were there for my favorite moment. I don't know what it was. When a certain French whipper.
Yes! All right, sorry.
My favorite, I'm sure you know Jacques the Whipper.
Of course, yes.
Of course. So we were talking about the sexy saying of speak French between my legs. And so he came up to the stage and went under my skirt and started speaking French under my legs. And he started just saying, I don't even know what.
No. The first thing he screamed, I remember this like it was yesterday. He crawled under your skirt. But I need to describe to you, it wasn't like he went completely under. He sat under it, legs akimbo, out of your skirt, and screamed, baguette!
He just can't.
Omelette du fromage!
It said something about the bicycle. I know that's for sure.
All the things you learn in first year French. Écoutez les lingerie. Listen to the lingerie? Really?
Speak French between my legs. You're thinking, use things. He did not. But I won't say that I was disappointed because I had a Frenchman between my legs shouting things.
Wow.
Boy, imagine that in German. That'd just be terrible.
Oh my God.
Wir machen eine Feuer flicken. Yeah, like.
I think he was angry at me.
He said, "I love you." Ich liebe dich. Meine what is it? Oh, what is butterfly? Oh, it's Schmetterling. Ich liebe dich, meine Schmetterling.
Oh, I know we are all right now thinking of the same thing of German language compared to other languages. I know exactly what you're picturing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we call it farfalla. I even have one right here.
Oh, bella farfalla.
And
then the Germans, they say Schmetterling.
In French, it is monarch.
Aw.
That's where you get monarch butterfly.
Ah.
It's called papillon.
Oui.
So if you see a papillon puppy, it is because their ears look like butterflies.
What?
What?
Mind
I
blown.
didn't know that. I'm learning so much on this show.
I've always wanted the papillon.
Oh,
Name it butterfly to be a dick.
aw.
Nice.
I think I'm going to go on this. I like the track where this is going. So I was trying to think of this. This literally just came in like today. So I haven't given this much thought, but I I did a show once, and I believe it was in Pittsburgh or in Florida, where we had just started doing Johnny Get Off the Goose, our song where we start using people doing barn animal noises, where we ask someone to be the donkey, someone to be the cat, someone to be, right? So I always hit the donkey because obviously. And this gentleman was so excited to be on the stage. He was this very attractive young man, and he really wanted to be my donkey. And in the middle of the song, he said, "Do you want to hop on?" Because he was on all fours, spraying like a donkey. And I was like, I mean, I do.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if this was reversed, how wrong that would be. But you are offering, and I'm saying yes. So I said, all right. So I got on his back, and I rode him up and down the pub aisles during the song. And it was the best. I had more fun, but I was very confused.
I say that is reverse. It's not wrong.
I know. I just you have to be so careful. You know, we are so careful to ask permission to touch people and to.
Trollop and the tuba.
It was consent.
I saw the comment of Trollop and the tuba.
Yeah.
And you know what? I need to star in that movie. Thank you.
So if your foot fits in the tuba, you win. There you go.
Whole leg fit in the tuba at the time.
I'm trying to think of my most memorable thing.
I mean, come on, you do this one.
So many things have happened, crazy things. But I would say that, and maybe, I mean, you might have, Catalina, you might have heard this story from me before. But I was in Louisiana Renaissance Festival, and there was like 5 or 6 guys, and this is a while back, like maybe 15 years ago. I had long hair, long gorgeous hair, curly. It was beautiful, and
Beautiful.
yes, it was so great. And so I walk out on stage, and one of the guys in the audience, he just goes, "You got long hair, you're gay." And I was like, huh? Like, and he was, and that was his catchphrase. He kept saying that. And I was like, we're at the Renaissance Fair. Most of the guys around here have long hair. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, but all of those guys have short hair. So I don't know what you're trying to talk about.
Wait.
Anyway, so he just kept going on and on and on. And it was like, I was like, I tried every tactic I've ever, like, you befriend the person, you agree.
Sure. Yes.
You like every little tactic. And the thing is that I'm just gonna say that I could have easily called security and had him dragged off, but I was like, he's not attacking me, he's not physically coming at me, so I'm pretty sure I can brain this guy. Like, I'm gonna outbrain this guy. It was my ego. I'm sure I could have just ended it right there, and it would have been just like done and move on. But no, I was like, it's like, until you come at me, I am not gonna call security. So I tried every little game that you tried to, and he just kept saying his little thing, which I'm like, I don't care what, but it was just like, wow, okay, you think that's an insult? I don't know, whatever. Anywho's.
Right.
So eventually I'm like, I mean, I have wasted so much time on this guy. And I really shouldn't have, but I did. And then I was like, and he just kept saying his little catchphrase over it. I was like, literally like here, look, like Cyrano de Bergerac. All right. Now that you've established that my hair makes me gay, what about, say, like my nose, or maybe the tights I'm wearing, or I don't know, anything, any of the other. Nope. Got long hair. You're gay. Okay. All right. Whatever. And so then I was like, oh, wait, I just figured it out. I was like, oh, I should have said this right off the bat. Why didn't I think of it? And I was like, just say your catchphrase one more time, dude. Just say your catchphrase. He says it one more time. And I was like, Jesus has long hair.
You're my favorite.
Are you making fun of Jesus? And then I saw in his little tiny brain, I saw a neuron fire from one end, and it had to walk a really long way all to the other side of his brain. where the other parts of his brain were, because there's nothing else in
It
between.
was a no man's land.
Oh, it was a wasteland. There was tumbleweed. And he was like, every picture I've ever seen of Jesus has long hair. And then that neuron, that same one, because he only had one, had to go all the way back from that side and back to the other. I called Jesus gay. And when he figured that out, he had a seizure. I'm not even kidding. And he went on this, he just went, and he went down like a sack of potatoes and full on, like on the ground. His buddies were like,
when you say you broke him, like you really broke him. Like for real.
That's when I called security.
Well, at that point, yes.
I literally was like, I need an EMT to the Queen stage, please. EMT to the Queen stage. Thank you. Good night, everyone. And I literally was so mad. I just walked. I literally walked off. I just left.
I'm picturing your announcement sounding like something in the supermarket.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I need the EMT to the Queen stage, please. EMT to the Queen stage.
On Queen stage.
And then I left.
From Pee-wee to like paging Mr. Armin.
And hilariously, this guy walks up to me. He was like, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and gave me $20. So,
Oh.
I mean, I hope he was okay and he learned a lesson, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe we don't do that anymore. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm not a violent person, but I will psychically blast you.
That's incredible that you can. I'm amazed. I just saw. Would not object to hearing more heckler management advice?
Oh man, advice.
So I can say I was at I believe Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. I was walking around. I was at Blackfriar, and I don't know. Some man yelled something very insensitive, very sexist, and I just turned around and went, "You two!" And he and I looked at him, and he went, "Oh." He just kind of walked away.
The end.
Imagine it aimed at you. And it became very different.
Oh my God.
Heckler management is really like, that is such a big, like, it's there's and so many possibilities and so many different things. So many
people are unpredictable. You never know what you have to manage.
Right. But my like the base, the first thing that you need to do, I don't know. I always hate that. Like, here's what you need to do. No. But like the baseline thing is that you have to watch out for like how big your crowd is and how everyone else in your audience is perceiving what's happening. Mm-hmm. Because if you have one person in the very front row yelling at you, then like the 5 people around him or her know what's happening. But like 80% of the audience has no idea that this is happening.
Oh, not at all.
So if somebody right off the bat starts giving you some grief and is not and again, I'm going to back up and say the first thing you need to understand is this person a heckler or is this person interrupting your show? Mm-hmm. Because those are two different things. I love a heckler. I love a good with somebody, like if I left a gap in my show and someone filled it in with a good one-liner and made the audience laugh. That's beautiful. That's really great. If somebody just shouted something and no one else around them was like, what are you doing, man? Then that person is interrupting. Right. So this is how I deal with interrupters. I love a heckler. I hate interrupting people. No. So the thing is like if somebody's shouting at you from the very front row, if somebody's shouting from the back row, okay, everybody heard that, right? So then you can respond. But if the person's like in the front and only like 10% of the audience even knows that anything's happening, you can't turn around on that first thing because you know that person is not going to quit or whatever, but you cannot just turn on them and go, listen, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to come out there and rip your head off, pal. All right. So
I'm going to do to you what Tony did to Archimedes, man.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna Archimedes you. I'm gonna totally like and because then the audience is like, whoa, this guy's a jerk. Like what just happened? But so sometimes you have to like let it, you have to respond to them.
Mhm.
So now everybody, in a way that's not that is casual and
Wait.
funny, and also like, you know, perhaps demonstrates that you're not messing around, but you can't just pull out the nuclear bomb and just go "Kabah!"
Oh, sure.
Because-
No. Sure.
because
Absolutely.
because everyone's gonna be like, that guy's a dick. I'm not
You're right.
gonna, you know. So
Catalina, what's your most memorable?
Oh no, it was when I rode the person like a donkey.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Hee-haw.
Have either of you do you both know the musical Into the Woods?
oh yes, love it.
So
Absolutely.
a long time ago, I was Rapunzel. And you know, that's already just a weird enough part as it is. And it's the part where the baker's wife takes some of Rapunzel's hair. And there was a piece we had in the wig that you could just take out. It worked. It wasn't coming out one night. And we had a 3-minute, and you know how long 3 minutes is on a stage. 3-minute tug of war until the baker's wife sat down on the stage and I hung over my tower and we were just panting. Just like, and I looked at her, I said, I don't know what you want from me. And she said, I just want to have a baby. And I said, you have to explain what the heck that means. Why my hair is involved. And we went into an in-depth conversation when all of a sudden, like a pair of scissors just came sliding. And we both went. And I went, don't you dare. And she went, I have you to have a baby. I went, that makes no sense. And she went, I know. As she sniffed the piece and ran away. And the spotlight stayed on me in my tower. And I went, I can't. And the director came, and that was the first night. That was opening night. The director came up to us and said, that's happening every night. And we went, oh, it's long enough already.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Well, on that fantastic note, I am so sorry to have to end the show here. I don't want to.
No, just keep going.
All right, one more question. One more quick one, and then all right, just one. All right. I have one more question for you. All right, what is your hidden talent?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, all right. Well, wait. Can I get a twofer? Because
Please.
Reverend Tommy wants to hear me answer the Chinese food question, which I don't know what it is.
Oh, yes. I did see that earlier. All right, so this one is what was your best date ever?
Oh.
Did it involve Chinese takeout? Because we have had a theory that every time that someone has a best date ever, they're eating Chinese foods. It has not been proven wrong once in 3 months.
My first date was Chinese food.
There you see? There you go.
Date ever. Well, no, it was ceviche, so it wasn't Chinese food.
All right.
No, it was the best date ever was with Lady Thecla and her Minotaur ways.
He's just standing there with the chicken.
Yes. It was great. Best date ever was actually, it wasn't like really quickly. So because I want to do the other one too. I want to answer the other one.
That's fine. Go ahead.
But it was the best date because like I guess I was one of those guys who ends up like, was that a date? I don't know. Did I ever really ask you out? I don't know. We just went to dinner. And then like, are we dating now? Like, you know, like one of those things, right? It's like hardly, not since high school had I actually asked anyone out on a date ever. And we just like, oh, we're hanging out. And then suddenly we're dating. We're like, when did that happen? You know, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, it's probably the chloroform, I guess. But anyway,
that'll do it. Yeah. That'll do it.
But I actually asked, well, she wasn't my wife at the time. We hadn't started dating, but it was just this really interesting thing where like, hey, I wasn't actually seeing anybody, and she just had recently gotten a divorce, and we'd been friends for 15 years at this point. I don't know. And I was like, wait. And I just found out that she had gotten a divorce like 6 months before that. And I was like, wait, you're available and I'm available. Did you want to go on a date?
Amazing.
Like, it's the weirdest thing ever to like, oh, yeah, I guess that's something that you could do, right? Yeah, I got all right.
Aww,
Yeah.
So cute.
that is adorable.
It was the best date ever.
All right, so I guess we have our answer, Tommy. I'm glad you asked
No
that
Chinese food.
because
Ceviche.
but it's sort of, it's still, well, I guess it's not takeout, so.
That's ceviche.
Oh, it's great. It's good stuff. Little tapas stuff. Anyway. But, all right, so hidden talent.
Hidden talent.
I don't
Well,
know.
I have been drinking my own hand-forged mead.
Ooh,
So I guess that is a nice hidden
Can I
talent.
purchase some?
What's that?
Can I purchase some?
You would have to. It would have to be like a shady deal where you accidentally left money somewhere, and then I accidentally left you.
You have a
Yeah.
Venmo?
It's kids. It's illegal to ship alcohol across state lines.
No.
So,
however, if it happens to be in the trunk of your carriage and you happen to
right,
be,
if I happen to be like yes, then yeah. So there's that. I could absolutely do that. I cannot legally ship.
I
Wine.
never asked you to.
There's something in my eye.
Cole Derringer will get on your ass about that.
Right, it'll be all over it. Yeah. Also, I can install I can actually build a tile shower. Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
just recently did. Yeah. I tile things. I'm deep down inside. I'm a little old Italian man, so I do tiling. I do concrete. I have. I do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, but
I
you know.
love that.
Yeah.
See, if I tell you my secret talent, I'm going to have to perform it.
Do it.
So I learned on a long road trip that I can rap Eminem in the voice of Stitch.
Oh, I'm so impressed.
On my resume, and I got called out twice. So I'm gonna have to do this.
You don't have to, but now.
No,
I know you have to.
And
You absolutely have to.
unfortunately, I'm tipsy enough that I have to look up lyrics.
Wait, it's not. It's not. Lose yourself, is it?
Oh, and of course it is. What
Oh
else?
my gosh!
would it be?
I used to be able to play that on guitar.
Oh my gosh. I'll go get mom's spaghetti, but don't throw it up.
Oh.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. You're gonna. Yeah.
His palms are sweated, his arms are heavy, there's lemon on his sweater. Already mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But it took time for dinner when he wrote down the whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. I can do the whole song. And I got called out in 2 auditions. I put it in there in the resume, my skills in dialects. I have rap, Eminem, and the voice of Stitch. And 2 different people went, "What's this?" And I had to do it. It didn't get me the part, but I did it.
That beats all of my hidden talents.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I cannot imagine that anything could top that at this point. So on that note, everyone, thank you for joining us for the wine mixer today. These keep getting more ridiculous, but I don't know if we could ever top what just happened today. Once again, I just want to remind everyone that there is no wine mixer next week. It is Easter, so happy Easter to those of you who celebrate, and happy Easter to those of you who don't. Go get some chocolate eggs. Everyone enjoys those. If you would like to continue to keep this show going, please go over to patreon.com/Christina Koya. This is genuinely the reason why this show keeps happening week to week, so thank you so much. Please follow me on all of the other things. Those are things that are things. And thank you to my extra spicy supporters, Wookie Gunner, Robert L, Kyle F, Phil I, and Ryan G. And a special thanks to my top sponsors, Marco, Dan K, and Jim T. And do you folks have anything very quickly you would like to let the people know about before I send us on our way?
Sure. Sherwood Forest Fair starting next week. It runs for 8 weeks. I'll be there for the first 5. And then if Tennessee is happening, I'll be at Tennessee in May. And then New Jersey Renaissance Fair, first weekend of June. So come on out and see us. I do a weekly Dungeons and Dragons show on Tuesday nights on Twitch. It is Nat 21 Adventures, because when a natural 20 won't do, you need a natural 21. So it's NAT 21 Adventures. So we're there every week, and we're starting a new campaign with some new people who are in Texas performing. So we try to locally source our performers. And it's the players are all performers from the Renaissance Fair, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. Of course, we're gonna get you on here. Yeah. So because it's a fun time. We have side quests that happen all the time, and so we bring in new people and have a ton of fun. Yeah. So if you play Dungeons and Dragons and you want to watch some people who perform together play Dungeons and Dragons, sort of, then come on out.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I would like to say another salute to you all. Have a wonderful, safe, happy, healthy week until 2 weeks until I see you again here on the Wine Mixer. And best of luck to you folks in your performance until I see you soon and lick both of your faces, probably.
Salute.
All right. Have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone. Ciao. Mwah.
Mwah.
And stay spicy.